I am in Bali in my villa, and I've decided while I'm here, I'm not going to edit my videos. So we're just going to go live instead because that's a lot easier. And today I wanted to talk about a question I got in regards to a video I posted a while ago now in terms of a free program that I gave in this video, because I know that is one of your biggest problems if you are skinny fat and want to lose body fat, or even if you're just wanting to lose body fat and build muscle and get like a toned physique. You need to work out properly. You need to follow a proper program. It is so important. And so I gave you a program for free. And this program probably looks very different to how you think it should look for what you want to achieve. But you have to remember, you don't know what you don't know, right? So if you are stuck right now, there is a reason for that. And it's probably because you're doing the wrong thing, even though you think it's the right thing. So there's a lot of moving parts to this, but I just want to discuss workouts in this video, and in particular this question, because it was a very good question. So this person said, I started working out at home and they've learned all these exercises in my program from YouTube videos. Now, there's potentially a problem in that in itself, but let's not go there actually. Let's just keep going. So, upon first look, almost all the exercises seem to target the shoulders and the arm muscles. Now, this workout I wrote was very heavily glute target, even though it doesn't look like that. But if I count the volume, there's like glutes, 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 3 glute exercises in the first workout. It's a lower body day. In the second workout, it's all upper body. But even then, there is 2 shoulder exercises in that second workout. And then the third workout is a full body day, and there is 1 shoulder exercise, 3 glute exercises. So it's still a lot more glutes than shoulders. So I don't understand how this person got that, but it just says a lot about, like, you can't just look at something and think, oh, that's not right, if you don't fully understand it, right? And what you have to understand about a lot of these exercises in this program as well, I'm going to link the video because I wish I was editing, because then I could put the workout up here. But anyway, there is back squats in this program, bench press and deadlift. They're the main lifts, right? And that's how I recommend you set up your program. You want a main lift to start with and then accessories to follow. With a back squat, you are not just working your glutes and you're not just working your legs. If you're doing it properly, you will also be working your core. You will also be working your back. And that's why it's very important, if you want to continue making progress in terms of growing your glutes, even just say that's your primary goal. You don't care about any other part of your body. You just want to grow your glutes. You cannot only do glute exercises, because you will limit yourself, because your glutes are the biggest muscle in your body. You are going to get very strong very fast with those if you're doing the right exercises and eating enough food, obviously. And so it's really important then to also build your upper body so that you can actually hold enough weight to work your glutes properly. Now, you can just use machines, yes, but I don't recommend just using machines. So yeah, even with a back squat, to be able to hold a lot of weight on your back, you need to build your back muscles and make them stronger, right? So it's very important that you are also doing upper body days and not just focused on that one thing that you want to grow, because that's going to limit you at the end of the day. So back squat, you should be using your core as well. Bench press is actually a full body exercise. You might think it just works your chest, but if you're doing it properly, you are going to be working your glutes, you are going to be working your legs, because you're keeping all of that tight to put more tension and force into the bar from your chest, right? You're also going to be working your core, you're going to be working your back to keep that on tight, everything basically. And then a deadlift also, if you're doing a deadlift properly, you are mostly working your glutes and your legs, but you're also going to be working your back, you're also going to be working your core, you're also going to be working your arms to an extent as well. And I know a lot of people have issues with deadlifts. They think it just works your back because that's where they feel it most. That means you're not doing it right. And it's so funny because my glutes have popped recently. Like, they have just lifted to another level, and it came from doing deficit deadlifts basically, and learning how to, like, I'm good at deadlifting. I'm strong, like, they're my lift. I've done a lot of work learning how to deadlift properly. But even so, right, you never stop learning. And this year, even after how many years of strength training have I been doing? Maybe 6 or 7. I have perfected my technique to another level with my deadlift. So I'm targeting my glutes even more. And as a result, my glutes have popped. It hasn't been from doing, potentially it's going to fatigue your core so much that you can't go in and back squat and deadlift and bench press to the level that you want to, because if your core is sore and fatigued, then you're not going to be able to lift as much weight as you could if it was recovered, right? So you need to be careful in terms of just adding in extra exercises for the sake of it, because recovery is so important here. So there are no ab exercises in this workout program, but right now, if you're starting out, you don't really need them. Like, yes, strengthen your core, but you can do that in back squats, you can do that in deadlifts. Like, engage your core properly in those exercises, learning how to properly keep your sternum and your belly button over the top of each other so your ribs are stacked while you're doing all of these exercises is so much more important than doing ab exercises to start with. So there is a reason there are no ab exercises in this program. It is a beginner program, and it's just like not really necessary to start with. Like, you can add a couple if you want to, but it's much more important to get everything else right first, and then you can start adding some ab exercises in later if you want to. But you have to understand that's going to help you build your abs. It's not actually going to help you lose fat from this area. Two different things. So at the moment, no need for that. You're actually better off doing a lot more compound exercises to help you build muscle all over, increase your metabolism, and help you burn fat basically. And if you're doing more compound exercises, you're going to be able to get stronger faster. There's reasoning for everything. Okay, so I am talking about a program I put up on my channel, like a free workout program. It was a video a while ago. I will link it in the description box once it's done, but I got a question in relation to this program, and it's a very good program for beginners. And if you are kind of skinny fat and you want to lose your body fat and get a more toned, leaner physique. So lots of compound exercises in there, no ab exercises in there, but it doesn't mean you can't strengthen your core and start developing your abs by doing this program, because if you're doing the exercises properly, then you will be working your abs and your core anyway. And when it comes to programming as well, this is a start, right, to build that solid foundation. And then you need another program on top of that to then continue making progress, because one program isn't really going to be enough. You're welcome. I'm so glad I saw your comment, because I'm so like, how do I do these lives? I don't really know, but we're going to get better at it. Anyway, so yeah, it's really important if you are a beginner or even up to intermediate. Even now, I've been doing strength training properly, right, with a coach training me for 6 to 7 years now, and I'm still doing an upper lower full body split. I am not doing specialization workouts. So how it usually works with programming is you'll have like a gen prep phase, right, to build that solid foundation. And then if you want to, after a lot of time doing that kind of training and getting that foundation, which takes longer than like a 4-week block, right? It takes like a few years. You can then move on to a specialized programming or specialized program where you are targeting particular areas of the body that you want to build up more. But remember, that is building, it is not losing fat from those areas, because you can't do that. But you can target more volume on your shoulders. Say you want to like build your shoulders up more, or more volume on your glutes. But to start with, you don't need that. And that's where a lot of people go wrong, right? Like, if you are a beginner and you don't have that solid foundation, you don't need to be doing bodybuilding style workouts. And you don't need to be like, say you follow a lot of these big fitness influencers and bodybuilders, you have to understand they're at a completely different level to where you're at. And by doing their training, you're not going to get their body. You're not going to get to there because you don't have that foundation to start with. So that is the most important thing. Compound exercises, getting strong as fast as possible. And there's also accessory exercises in here, right? But a lot of compounds. Doing a lot of isolation work, so just abs or just arms because you want to build your arms, or just say, what else? A lot of the kind of like glute isolation exercises, it's not going to help you get where you want to be, because you're not going to be able to build up that foundational strength as fast as what you would if you're doing more squats, deadlifts, hip thrusts. Lunges are really good. Something else you have to do as well, right, when it comes to programming, and what's important is to make sure it's not about training particular body parts, it's about learning the movement patterns. So learning how to properly squat and to lunge and to hip hinge and to overhead press and to vertical pull, right? Like, this is all like what I think about when I'm programming. It's not so much, oh, we need to do this glute exercise because of course you want to grow your glutes kind of thing, you know? So that's that. And then the other question I got was in relation to splits, right? And so I have said a few times now, I recommend, if you're starting, full body splits, 3 or 4 days, but 3 days honestly is enough. And I've been getting really good results lately. Like, I am not a beginner at all, and I'm still getting really good results doing 3 days a week, because I have enough recovery to be able to push the intensity up on my workouts when I am training. And that's so important as well. If you find it easy to train 5 days a week, it's probably you're not pushing yourself hard enough in your actual workouts, and you can go harder. And that's something that's like really hard to get until you get it. Because even me, right? Like, after a few years of working with a coach, I still didn't really get intensity until I got it. So it's just something you learn over the course of time, and this is why all of this takes a while, right? Like, there's so many little things that you don't understand until you kind of go through the journey, and you can't get it at the start. Like, it's just, even if you listen to this and you kind of, oh yeah, that makes sense, it's a matter of like, it's different to actually like implementing it and fully understanding it in your training. Anyway, so this person says, should you follow this program that I've got, which is a lower body workout, an upper body workout, then a full body workout? So it's a lower, upper, full body split, or should you just do a full body split? It doesn't really matter. I would start with full body split 3 days and then move to an upper lower split. But if you start with this lower upper full body, that will work as well. It is a good program. The most important thing is really to start with is that you are building that solid foundation, you are getting stronger, and you're doing the right exercises that are going to allow you to get stronger. You're learning how to use proper form, you're learning how to engage your core properly. And yeah, that's gonna help you the most. So I think that's all I wanted to say for this video. But if you have any questions, obviously feel free to ask, because I love answering questions. It does help me come up with content ideas. And yeah, otherwise I will be back. I'm gonna try and go live like twice a week while I'm here, because I thought it would be fun. And yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. I will link the workout in the description box. And if you have any questions, let me know.